So, my name is Emma Willits, and this is my spoken word piece called Not the Only Girl Who Grew Up Like This. I was only a delicate 9 years old when my best friend and I snuck our first ever Cosmopolitan to learn just how men like their women. Thin, sexy, and soft-spoken. I was not yet broken, I was young and innocent, and I let the flashy text take over, taking in the tips as if each was a token from God. 10 years old and porn got to me at the same time sex ed did. The internet taught me sex means 18 and abused and hot teens punished, as my teacher taught me what a labia is. No one advised me of the effects, how complex sex truly is. But why is it so important to know where the scrotum is on a diagram if I don't know who I am in the face of sex? The scariest three-letter word, the word that meant submission. I was greeted with the chorus of Big Girls Wear Makeup on my first day of 6th grade. My natural look was easily swayed, and I saved my meager allowance until I could afford to curl simple brown mascara over my virgin eyelashes, scoffing at the all-natural girls. After all, we were 11, and big girls wore makeup. I did my face up because I was taught that makeup makes you beautiful, that the natural me wasn't enough, and I didn't yet have the nerve to yell, "Shut up, shut up." I was 12 when I first watched the scale tip over 100. Tears left gouges through my heavy foundation as I dripped to the floor. I was raised in a nation of thin. The textbooks read it was right to have a fixation on a thigh gap, hip bones, the perfect waist. I was raised in a nation of starvation, taught to say no to every temptation, especially that piece of cake. I examined myself in the mirror, taking note of every last inch of fat. I wish now that I could have seen myself clear, that I could have told 12-year-old me to take a closer look in that mirror, and for the love of God, please eat. 7th grade and 13 years old with a closet full of Victoria's Secret V-necks because showing cleavage is sexy, and boys like sexy. All I wanted was that male gaze. The days passed and I found myself repeating, "No thanks, I'm not hungry," more and more often. All I wanted was to walk down the hallway and set the boys' hearts ablaze because I had learned that self-worth was based off the praise of males. I wish I could say it was just a phase, but the effects of an eating disorder stays with you, always. I was 14 years old when a boy first said those 3 fateful words before he or I could even comprehend love past our parents. He told me "I love you" as if it was a ticket to shove himself inside of me, and I gave him a pass as if my virginity was something to dispose of. It hurt, but I took it without blurting out a single whimper because love equals sex and sex equals love, right? 9th grade rolls around and my hair is dyed fire truck red with the all-black studded clothing to match, insisting nothing can hurt me. Despite the image I put out, I was anything but carefree. My insides were littered with the debris of depression, a black sea churning inside of me. I refused to let 1 ounce of fear slip onto my face until you pinned me to your couch and forced your hand down my pants. I told you I wasn't ready for that base, but you held me in place with murmurs of, "It's what good girlfriends do." And you went on with defacing my body. I'm sorry, but I seem to have misplaced my self-worth. I was only 16 when you locked me in your basement. This was not love, this was not even a crush. You were supposed to be my friend and hold me when I was sad, not hold me down with grunts of "Stop struggling, bitch." You thrust yourself inside of me, coating my insides with guilt. Did you even know my middle name? The tears didn't come until after you threw me out in the rain. I kept quiet like you said, and took all the blame. After all, it was my fault anyway, right? I shouldn't have been dressed like that. I shouldn't have been drunk. Besides, boys will be boys. That's the song my peers sang. I slammed my door shut against my door frame, blocking out the world, assuming everyone is the same. Hell, at least you can add me to your rape hall of fame. I was 17 years old and numb to the world, up to my neck in drugs and meaningless sex. I was past caring about the effects. I let the Vicodin take the pain away, and I let all the men treat my body parts as if they were objects. I asked myself, what's the point? What's next? What's one more guy? What's one more pill? What's one more cut? It's all happened before. Living was more of a chore. The pain and the hurt and the hate covered my floors and drawers much faster than I could wash them away. There was a war inside of me and I was losing. My heart and my hope and my faith were covered in gore. I was 17 years old when I decided I was done. I was not in this whole living thing for the long run. I was 17 years old when my own walls closed in on me and I decided to end it all. And I was 17 years old when I woke up hooked to an oxygen machine with my parents crying over me and the doctor saying I was on the cusp of death. But didn't they understand that I was broke? That there was no combination of pills that could have ever evoked my happiness, buried so deep I hadn't truly seen it in years. I was only a young 17 years old when I survived a suicide attempt and woke up so wishing I would croak. I'm not the only girl who grew up like this. Stuck in the swirl of the whirlpool of society, faced with a wave of supermodels, slut-shaming, and rape culture, drowning in the pressure to be perfect. too afraid to unfurl and show the unique pearl we all have inside of us because our cries for help and individuality are masked with the things men spat at us. Being a feminist isn't cute. Just come over and talk to me. Don't be a brat. I guess you're okay for a fat girl. You should feel grateful for this. No man would ever touch you. We grow up with the media drilling the same mixed messages into our heads. Rape is wrong, but you are to blame. Women are to be sexy but modest. Love yourself, but not too much. You gotta have some shame. Give up your body, but don't be a hoe. Be independent, but submissive to men. Be honest, but don't you dare make any claims to challenge the society. Robin Thicke chants, "I know you want it" on the radio, and we're told to accept the steady flow of men yelling nice ass at us as compliments, but we do not have to listen. Today, I am 18 years old, and I know that my body is my own. Despite being broken to the bone, I know that I am not a sexual object and that I am in control. Today, I have grown to love myself for all that I am. My scars, my curves, my style. I refuse to be another cookie cutter clone. This did not come easy. I still face the same pressures of society and I still crack sometimes, but I will no longer let the world break me like it did back then. Today, I have a backbone, and I know that I don't have to do it alone because I have my fellow females beside me. I know I'm a queen, and I will sit atop my throne because I'm a woman and I am strong. Today, I am Emma Willits, and I am damn proud.